I know that you like a good sort of verbal punch-up with people.
I don't know what you mean by that remark.
Well, I mean,
I'm a delicate flower, you know.
Yeah, I don't quite buy into that. I, of course, have been quite well known for having good
You're
public...
no wilting flower, my lovely.
I'm not. But and I won't say I'm scared of you, but I'm just going to be a little bit wary.
That'll do me.
Cheers, anyway. Thank you.
Cheers, anyway. Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
No, not at all. On a day with some pretty rotten news.
Yes, I've heard. It's terribly sad.
It's pretty awful.
Terribly sad.
Yeah, and from what we heard, maybe even more happening as we speak. We'll find out as the evening goes on. Now, Kim, extraordinary. This fame, this celebrity, this TV stardom. But it doesn't come quickly, does it? It doesn't...
No, I was 61 and I was living in a big mansion cleaning for a sheikh, a lovely man actually, and I got a phone call from the domestic agent that had placed me there. And she said, the television company have called up, they want to do a cleaning show. And she said, you are the best cleaner on my books. I said, thank you. She said, will you go and see them? And I said, don't be daft, I'm 61, dear. She said, don't be daft. Anyway, long story short, I went to see them. And within a week, they said, do a series for us. And told me all about it and this, that and the other. And the rest, I mean, is literally history. I started filming in 2003 in February. And by June, I was famous. And I used to go down the road and think, hello, Kim. And think, oh, they mean me. But do you know what I do think, Nigel, seriously? I'm glad I got it late in life because I don't half appreciate it. I've never got used to making all this money. Oh, I love it, dear. And I've got a nice house I own, no mortgage, own the car, no HP, and own the bedding, 1,000 cotton. Thank you ever so much. And the dark part about it is, everybody knows me. I mean, I've come on the train today, and they can have you... And I think, I'm 79 now, so I'm 80 next March, and I think, how long is this madness going on? But I do like it.
And it's been going on for a long time. I mean, we're pushing 20 years now.
Yes, and I haven't done a series since 2009. I've done appearances in The Jungle and on, Big Brother and so on. But really, I haven't done much. And yet, people know me. I mean, I go to the supermarket and people say, oh, I remember, and they'll always say, Big Brother, the experience in there was terrible. And they'll say, yes, they were rotten to you. And I think, yeah, they were actually.
Well, yeah, you did punch back at them, though, didn't you?
But, Nigel, I'm going to tell you something. Yes, I did. I can't deny that. But by God, they asked for it. And I warned them. Now I said, look...
So a warning from Kim is a warning.
But I did say, look, I haven't come here to row with you. I don't want trouble. If you keep giving me trouble, I'm going to crucify you. So I did.
Well, they were warned, and But this is remarkable. So you've had nearly 20 years, and you're now sort of famous for being famous.
Do you know what? It's mad, because I don't do anything. I live an extremely quiet life. I'm very much just hubby and I. Love each other's company, have no kids, love being with my spouse, he's lovely. Quiet life in my house. And yet, well, the other day, now I'll tell you, the sign at the end of my road is filthy. The sign...
Right.
So I thought, I'm not having it. No. So I took a bucket of water and soap, bit of fair, you see. And I live on a main road, you see. Posh house, mind you. It's a 3-storey, dear, yes. So I go out, I thought, I'm not having that dirty sign, and I'm cleaning it. And the lorries are going by, Kim, do you want to come and clean my house? But it's funny, it's lovely. And when you hear a lot of people on telly, because you're very famous, you're a very famous man, but when you hear people on television say, oh, do you know, I get so sick of people pestering me, and then why don't you give all the money to charity that you've made and shut your gob or get on with it, because it goes with the territory. And I'll tell you, I was on a plane once, doing a series, right? And suddenly, first class, well, they paid, I didn't. And the captain came out, and I thought, that's the captain of the plane. So he said, oh, hello, Kim. He said, I hope you don't mind. He said, my children love you in that show. He said, I'm the captain. I said, well, who's riding this plane? He said, well, we're all right. He said, do you mind if I have a photograph taken with you? And I was about 60. Well, I've been doing it for 3 years. So I was 64, and I thought, Kim, girl, you've made it. Kim, girl, the captain's come out. And I've never got over it, and I'm ever so grateful.
And it's all the most extraordinarily marked contrast to the early years.
Oh,
of your life, which I don't want to dwell on too much.
No, it was a sad time.
And I'm sure you don't want to dwell on
Many
it
people
too
have had
much.
sad times.
Yes.
I was one of them. But gosh, God's been kind, hasn't he? It's not bad, my love.
But I mean, when you write a book, you know, the story of my brutal childhood.
It was.
It was. So where does the cleaning thing? Did it come from necessity in terms of making money? Or?
Yes. I was almost 16 and I had nowhere to go. I was out of a home. No, Mum and Dad were awful. And I thought, now, I've got to now get a job working to make some money, but I've got to get accommodation. Well, in those days, you couldn't go as a little girl of 15, 16, no education, and just get a good job that would cover getting a flat. You couldn't have done that. So I thought, now, what can I do where I can get accommodation? Right, I thought, I love cleaning. I've always been clean at school. Everything had to be clean, a desk.
Is that sort of OCD type stuff, or
I'm not.
Am I being unkind?
I think you are. My grandma was spotless, bless her. Bless her. Got it from Grandma. So I thought, what job can I do that'll get me accommodation? So you had a chambermaid in a hotel that lived in. You had a cleaner in a house that lived in. And I thought, I've got to do one or the other, my love. I've got to do one because I'm going on the streets. So I got a job in Water Park Road, Prenton, cleaning for a family called the Hislops. That's a terrible name, the Hislops. Sound like a pea pot to me.
Poor people.
And there was the two boys, Peter and Anthony. This woman, she was terribly posh. She used to call me Pet. You see, my real name's Patricia, but she was so posh, it was Pet, you see. And I couldn't eat at their table. Oh, it was the slave days then. Yeah, I'm talking a long time ago. And she cooked, because I can't cook for a peanut. Oh, no, I mean...
Really?
No, I can't cook. I'm a cleaner. You'd starve. You know, you'd starve. So she cooked the meal. And I used to take in, I was a bit embarrassed actually, I'd take these big tubs in and put them on the table where they all dined. And she'd say, I'll bring you yours shortly, Pit. I'm not going to say what I thought secretly, but I was doing a hand signal, but I'm not going to do it here.
No, please.
Anyway, I sat in this scullery, no, I'm not exaggerating, honestly, a little scullery off the laundry, and she would mince across the carpet. She'd say, there you are, Pit. And she'd chosen what I was going to have, and she'd throw it down and throw it in front of me. Enjoy, you know. And I used to think, even though I needed the money and I had nowhere to go, I thought, why is she treating me so badly? I am cleaning her house, and I'm respectful to her. I look over Anthony and Peter, wash all their clothes, but you still talk down to terribly. Terribly. And I thought, shut your gob, Kim. You've got to have accommodation. So I did that for months on end until I got something else.
Well, as you say, I mean, 61, suddenly it all happens and you become famous. And I want to ask you about, you know, cleanliness and presentation and people taking a pride in things. You take a pride in things. You wouldn't have gone to clean that road sign if you didn't. When you look at the state of litter on our streets, the way people just chuck, you know, fast food wrappers out of cars. I mean, what's going on?
See, Nigel,
are we losing our self-respect?
Yes, we are. We are disgusting. Not everybody, and don't think I'm saying that. A lot of us are quite disgusting individuals. I go back, 79. So I know when I was about 10 or 11, we lived 2 up and 2 down rented house, poor folk. You never saw anything thrown on the pavements. You saw cigarette ends in the gutter. All the men put them in the gutter.
Yeah.
But you never saw, we were poor, but we were taught we just didn't put rubbish on the streets.
So how do we get this back in? How do we inculcate this in young people now?
Well, I think we've absolutely got, for want of a better word, we've gone down the tubes, haven't we? I want to see a time, I don't think I will in my lifetime, I wish I would, but I won't, my love, I'm knocking on. I want to see law and order return to this country. I want to see the death sentence for somebody that actually has murdered somebody, proved to murder them, not on scant evidence, solidly. I want to see the death. I want to see more prisons built. I want to see 3 times the police force, and I want to see people not getting away with these disgusting crimes because we're so lenient on law and order now. There's disrespect for the police force. And don't milk the fact that terrible case recently, terribly sad, police officer killed that woman. Yeah. Do not look for an excuse to mark all police officers the same. You're hopping on the bandwagon. There's some jolly good bobbies out there who are frustrated.
I've worked it out. The next career is politics, isn't it?
I want to see law and order. These woke people, please. Get a life. You can't say the word bum, you're vulgar. Bum, 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 sue me, I'm loaded. No, we've got to stop this, Nigel. We had hard times.
Well, I think you should speak out more on these things, because you clearly care.
I want to get law and order on the road. I want to get...
I tell you what, folks, I think that coming on Talking Pints has launched the next phase of Kim Woodburn's career. She's going to be out there now as a social affairs commentator, and she might even enter the political sphere, but we thank her for coming and joining us.
Well, when you become
GBNews.
Prime Minister, I'm here for you, dear.
You're going to be the first. No question. No question about
I find you very attractive.
oh, dear, oh, dear.
We can work you and I.
Cut.
No, I'm a human being, not a robot.
Thanks for coming on. Brilliant.
But I believe get the police force back on its feet. 3 times the police officers, many prisons, many cells.
Well,
punish these ratbags for what they're doing.
Right, there you are.
Welcome to the GB News YouTube channel. You can watch us live 24 hours a day, catch up on your favourite shows, and join in the conversation in the comments below.
Don't forget to subscribe and you'll never miss any of our exclusive content.